Hello, welcome to episode 3.
Yes, we are back. And
better than ever.
Yeah, more mentally
prepared.
Yeah.
All right. So, for starters, if you were here for first episode, we mentioned how we couldn't look at each other, and we had a picture of little Peep Up. Well, this episode, we have Ruby and Scrim from looking fine as ever.
Yes.
From Suicide Boys, if you didn't know.
Did we talk about the fact we're going to see them?
Yes!
Okay, I don't know.
We literally spent like 10 minutes talking
I have memory loss. Like,
so
I really...
We'll get into it in this episode.
Oh, right.
So
whoa! So, yeah, go ahead with what this episode is about.
This episode is all about our mental health. If you didn't read the title, we're gonna somehow correlate mental health with wealth.
Yes, because, well, we'll not only be discussing our personal mental health issues.
We'll also be discussing it on a social media type of portraying way.
Yes.
As well as how, like, especially with Simone Biles recently.
Dude, I saw that. Okay, we can get into that.
We'll bring that up. So it's not just us. We feel like we've been a little narcissistic these past 2 episodes.
No, we haven't.
Okay, we literally sat in my car and recited our podcast.
What?
After we recorded.
You recited our podcast.
So did you. Okay.
Okay,
we
anyway.
need to not get no fist fight right now.
Okay. So, yeah, mental health, a little bit about us, a little bit about
so we're going to talk about our week because enough has happened.
It's
been a crazy week.
A lot
for starters
in a week.
We have spent the last 5 days not consecutively
together,
but besides Friday, we've been at it.
We've been at it. Yeah. For sure. And by at it, well, okay, first of all, this was a very big weekend for you and Steve, her dad.
Yes, my dad.
And me too now. Me for the past 3 years.
Yes.
4 years? 3 years.
Yes. So on Saturday, this past Saturday, my dad always has his theme party in August. Now, every year at this theme party, we lose a little bit of control, but...
Typically, yeah.
Typically, it's me and you. This year, Ethan joined us.
Yes.
So it was a new...
dynamic.
Yes.
Last year, we had Rick.
Rick left early, though.
No, Rick just...
Rick was there, but he was being Rick.
Yeah.
It's just...
No, Rick was like...
No, I'm so sorry. It's fine.
I just fully spat all over her. I'm so sorry. Wow, this has had a great start.
No, it's not.
Yeah, so... Yeah, new dynamic this year.
It was fun, though. We had a lot. Yeah. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah. Usually, at these parties, I take a little trip on the porcelain pony.
Yeah.
Throw up and black
throwing
out.
Up, blacking out.
I don't know if it's my side abdominal pain that I've been having, but I just couldn't drink. I drank 4 shots. You did. You really did. Yeah.
I really did.
So we play this Jeopardy game every year. And, well, it's
a dumb version of Jeopardy. It's for people.
Fun.
It is fun. So basically, a picture will show up. There's categories, points, and then a picture shows up, and you just have to. Instead of saying the answer, you form the question off of the picture,
and then
so it's really easy.
Yeah.
You
really can't fuck it up unless you're just dumb.
4 drunk people too.
And you get prizes, we had some boob pillows going around.
Some crocheted boob.
Yes, which I really wanted, but that's fine. An anal plug.
Are you serious?
Plug. Yeah. Oh my god, you don't remember that?
I wasn't there for that.
You were.
I left like half.
No,
I left
it was
during
like
the intermission.
No, but it came out like right in the beginning.
Are you serious?
Someone opened an anal plug and it was discussed many times.
I'm surprised you didn't want that.
I did, and I asked you to get it for me because I was like, I can't in front of your entire family take that anal plug from somebody.
I don't remember this conversation.
And you were like, I'm not going to get it for you, but you
Why
can get
would
it.
I?
I don't know, because I wanted it.
I thought you were talking about the boobs the whole time.
Well, yeah, no, I did want that too. But the anal
whatever.
The butt plug was like a 3-inch starter.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's how these parties typically go. They're very interesting.
Oh wait, we need to address the picture, like the thumbnail of this is a picture of us from the party. I have a goatee on my face.
Up. Where did it go?
I don't know.
I'm scared to even leave any of this. No, so that picture was actually taken. So
where?
Obviously this theme, no one knows the theme. It was polka.
Oh yeah.
It was a polka theme. So Polish. I'm Polish, part Polish.
Your dad is Polish.
Well, I'm also part Polish.
Well, I'm saying that's why
how
I know, but I'm saying that's why we
works. My dad is Polish. We're both part Polish.
Yes, which is why we dressed up as him.
Yes, I'm just saying. So we dressed up as him. There's a stereotype that Polish people are stupid.
I've never heard of that.
Are you serious?
Yes. I also don't know much about Polish people.
I also cannot find this picture. It's fine.
Well, I mentally have it.
Me too. So, in the picture, we went as my dad. Maddie drew on a mustache and a goatee. So, if you're confused by that, it's marker.
It's not.
It's makeup.
Yeah. It's a Sharpie. It's actually still on my face.
It's still on her face.
Yeah, so that was Saturday.
That was Saturday, and it's only Monday.
Yeah, we were gonna film this yesterday, but I just couldn't.
There was no motivation.
Yeah, no,
not on an episode this in depth.
Yeah, no.
So be happy that we took the time to recover. We are at 100% this episode. Well,
maybe like 75%.
Well, I'm at 100. I'm just a little tired.
Well, yeah, that's same. Yeah,
I need a nap.
So do I. No, I just sleep, but that's fine. Yeah. So what else were you up to this week other than that?
I work at a bakery right now.
Nothing.
Bunt cakes, and they're giving me nothing bunt problems.
Yes.
Regardless, my last day is next Thursday.
Oh my god, that's so soon. I have to come get a bunt cake.
I know. I recently have a new job. I am not going to talk about it though because it is a big girl job and I don't need to be sued or anything.
Fair enough.
Love you. Anyway,
because they're all
listening.
Like, Lizzie,
what are you doing?
We're gonna have to shut this down.
So today, we have been preparing for this one really big order for like a week and a half. There were 270 8-inch cakes.
Like big bunt cakes.
Yeah, the 8-inch ones.
Oh, good. 270 of those. Okay, that sounds good. And awesome.
The going price was about $6,000.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Who is this for?
It was for some company, some corporation.
Oh, okay, I guess that makes sense.
They wanted to gift a cake to each of their employees.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
I told my dad that, and he goes, yeah, like the little ones, right? I was like, no, the family cake. So we've been busy with that today. A lot of people are giving me shit at work today. It was so annoying. It was mostly just the customers. They, like, this one lady came in and she just had straight attitude. She was like, I need a cake. So, like, I got her a cake, whatever. And she's like, can you get me a bag? I was like,
oh my god.
Okay, you can ask more nicely.
Right.
And usually the cakes come in a box.
So why would you fucking need a bag?
Right. So then she starts walking out, and I look down on the counter by the register, and her car key is there. I'm like, ma'am, your car key? Don't leave it.
Dumbass. Take this.
And then she was like, usually I have my purse. I'm just all over the place. I'm like, I literally don't need to hear your life story.
I literally don't give a shit.
I swear. No, every time some middle-aged MILF or DILF walks in to this bakery, they all just feel like they have to say their life story.
No one asked you.
No one. And then people will walk in and they're like, oh, my sister from Georgia told me about this place.
Like,
and I'm like,
okay.
Okay.
Get your cake and get out.
Literally. So that was annoying, but...
Yeah. Well, it comes with nothing but problems.
Yes. So, shall we talk about a continuation of last episode?
Yeah. So if you listened to last episode and got to where I talked about my one ex who blocked me and unblocked me, you know, my favorite one,
Rick.
What? Okay, Rick. I did get unblocked this week.
Woo!
Round of applause for that.
Give it up for Maddie.
Yes. So manifestation is key.
Did you even manifest that?
Yes, because I kept telling myself every night, I was like, no, this isn't it. He's gonna unblock you. It's gonna be
I'm
fine.
gonna need to start doing that.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not gonna cry or be sad or be pressed or anything or be angry because it's just like, we're just gonna unblock each other.
I also have a little continuation from
last yeah.
week. No, you don't know about this.
Oh, I thought
this is new.
I thought you were gonna talk about Olive Garden.
Well, it deals with that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's been some developments in the story.
Is it gonna make me angry?
No, you're gonna
Ethan.
laugh. Hi, Ethan. Shout out to
God.
you. So also what happened this week was me and Maddie decided it would be a fun idea to whip up to Olive Garden in fucking Elyria,
Which
Ohio.
is like, how far away from
40
us?
minutes.
40 minutes away?
40 minutes away to see my boyfriend at work. We were planning to get kicked out of Olive
I was
Garden.
ready to fight, yeah.
Yeah, we were ready to get in a physical fight. Unfortunately, the people we wanted to fight were not there. Yes. Well, one of them was, but we didn't know.
The one... Oh, yeah.
She was there.
Well, yeah, I saw her at the end.
But yeah, that was at the end. I think we mostly just went because we thought we were big and tough, and then we got there and we both were having severe anxiety. Yeah. But that happened. Yesterday when Ethan was over, I was on his TikTok.
God.
I was just scrolling through TikTok, looking at everything, and then I went over to his DMs. And I saw,
Yep.
I saw them. And I was like, okay, this is fine. So then I clicked on their profiles, and I was watching the one.
Uh-huh.
She only had like 7 or 8 videos, so I watched them all. Then I unfollowed her. And Ethan was like, why? I was like, I'm doing you a favor.
Why are you following her on TikTok?
No, I was like, I'm doing you a favor. She's not even funny. He was like, you're so mean. I was like,
so
it's fine. True. So I ended up doing that.
Okay, we're not just like mean
we'll have
people.
To see if
this bitch is just... Well, these bitches are just...
They're
bad vibes.
I mean, you saw them.
I did see them.
I can't be mean. I can't be mean on here.
Okay, I will. No. Yeah. So these two hoe bags that work with Ethan at fucking Olive Garden.
Oh my god.
Here's my thing. I get being friends with who you work with. You don't need to be out here in group chats with people you work with. You don't gotta do that. Especially...
Don't worry, he ended up following them back.
Are you serious? Ethan, this is a direct message. Unfollow that skank right now.
No, it's fine.
No, it's not. Well, I will hack into his account.
I'm pretty sure I know the password. We'll have to do that.
So let's get in.
Off air.
No, our next podcast will be hacking in.
We'll hack everyone next podcast.
Okay, awesome.
Speaking of next podcast, we do have a long list of ideas. We just still want to hear feedback from our lovely subscribers about what we could do next. So if you have any idea at all,
Yeah.
just be sure to leave a suggestion on any of our social media platforms.
Yes.
Literally, you can find us anywhere and everywhere.
Yes. Yes, you can.
Speaking of that, for our Instagram this week, if we talk about something this episode and we have a visual for it, we're going to be posting it there. So, for now.
Next week, we will have a video portion.
Yes.
But we didn't want to just...
It hasn't been working out lately.
Yeah.
We needed to get our feet in the water, just test. Yeah, just a little touch.
Yes.
Just test everything out. We're going to have a background set up, hopefully. It might not be good
but
next week, but we'll improve.
Right.
So you can look forward to that.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So let's just
dive right
into this. So first of all, little disclaimer / trigger warning. We're going to be talking about mental health.
All ranges of mental health.
All types of, like, the good, the bad, the ugly, any type of... I don't know what we're really gonna specifically...
It's just kind of...
If you are triggered by any type of mental health, or...
click off or watch with discretion.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah.
So this episode is called Mental Health Equals Wealth. So my interpretation of this would be, when I feel mentally healthy, I feel inspired to work and live my life and leave my room and do things.
Right.
Which leads me to wealth.
Right. Okay. Fair enough.
Yep, so, yeah.
My interpretation, what's funny is I came up with this episode. I came up with all the titles on the poll. It was at like 9 a.m. this morning when I did this because I was at work and had nothing else to do. So I was like, okay, podcast mode, let's go.
Yes, always.
So coming up with these names, I typed in, for this one specifically, I went to Google and I typed in mental health slogans.
Oh, God.
I was like, what else do you look up for this type of situation?
I don't know.
So there was this one. I'm gonna have to find it now.
Please do. Screenshot this so we can...
Yeah, we'll put it on the Instagram. It was such an exciting morning coming up with all of these titles.
Got some dead air
right sorry.
now. We're just looking this up. Mental health equals wealth.
Oh, here it is.
Okay.
Mental health is preserved wealth. So I was like, I need to make that flow a little better. So I did mental health equals wealth.
Yeah, okay. I see.
So that's how we came up with... Well, that's how I came up. I'm going to take all the credit for that one. That's how I came up with that. So my interpretation of this as a whole is that when you are mentally stable, you are financially stable.
Mm-hmm.
And I know personally when I force myself to be in a good mood and go to work, I tend to have a good day at work because I'm in that mindset. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't necessarily say force myself, but
just drag myself
like that.
To live every
It's
day.
more of like like you're going to work, you have to be in a good mood, you're going to talk to people today.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Always
but
unfortunately.
That's what I think. Leave your comment below.
Yeah, your
how you can relate to mental health equals wealth.
Or your own mental health slogan you live by.
Yeah, come up with your own and maybe we'll do a second series for mental health.
We could do so many mental health things.
The options are endless for this.
Yes.
Quite literally.
So we obviously both have our own range of mental health disorders and such. Yes. But we want to start by diving into mental health and how that's portrayed by social media, like TikTok, Instagram,
Twitter,
everything, stuff like that. So
let's just go through all of them.
Let's start with Instagram.
We'll start with Instagram. The only thing that really comes to mind when I think of mental health paired next to Instagram is all of the, like, neutral ass colored posts that people put on their stories. Like, me included. But, you know, like, those activist Instagram pages where they're like, 10 signs you have severe anxiety.
Oh, okay.
And it's like, what to do if you love someone who has bipolar disorder. Like, that is just where my mind goes immediately.
Well, then I guess, okay, there is a positive side to Instagram.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying it's negative.
No, yeah.
It's just, that's what I associate it with.
And that makes me, I mean, you never really saw stuff like that until, I would say, like, pretty recently. Like, no one was ever posting shit like that, like, talking about, because social media overall is just, like...
It's definitely bringing awareness to a lot of topics that weren't talked about previously.
Yeah. And, like, social media in the past, I mean, still also now, I guess, is, I feel like people...
A lot of it was kind of taken as a joke. Like, until people started to become influencers, that's when that specific genre became more serious about it.
Like, because I remember... influencers.
We have 17 subscribers. Speaking of our subscribers, our goal is 25 for this week. Please subscribe. We love you all.
65% of you.
It's actually 63.
63% of you are not subscribed.
Yeah, we
Why
can fact check
go through the hassle of
watching our freaking videos if you're not going to subscribe?
Just press the one button.
Right.
I am bullying you into doing
that.
Yes,
we will bully you further until that percentage is even.
Yes.
Anyway,
yeah. So social media, people always just post, like, when their life looks good, if that makes sense. Because I always got shit for, those are just all my fucking Facebook notifications. I always get shit because, like, I would say, ever since I ever had social media, I've always posted, like, pictures or videos and shit of me crying or having breakdowns or being manic.
I do have a few videos of you crying.
Yeah, like, I post that shit all the time. I'm like...
I used to do that, too.
Yeah, and I tell everything. I'm like, oh, me and my ex just started talking again for the 50th fucking time.
But here's the thing.
I just almost died.
When the difference is we post that to our small group.
Right.
Rather than on, like, a main platform. Like, you're not just gonna make, like, a IGTV video and be like, here's an update.
True.
So it's not like she's crying and posting it to her main Snapchat story. Right. It's the private story.
But I just feel like there's, like a lot of people would never even do that. Cause
oh my god,
I don't want anyone to see that. And I'm like...
I think a lot of it also does with judgment.
Yeah.
People don't want to be judged for who they really are.
And I get that, but I also don't, because I'm like, I just don't give a shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, at all.
Right.
Yeah, but Instagram's one place I feel like, other than my private Instagram, which I don't really use anymore.
I use mine so much. Not recently, but...
Yeah. I used to, but now I use my, like, Snapchat more, and I'm like...
Yeah.
Well, I'm not gonna drag this all over to Instagram now.
Yeah.
But Instagram, I feel like, is... Well, now... Instagram...
I don't even post on my main Instagram. I didn't even have a main Instagram until a year ago.
I know.
Yeah, and I only have, like, 130 followers. So I'm like, I literally don't care about any of you. So... my private account used to be my main account.
Yeah.
And I have, like, 40 followers. I'm like, I actually do care about you guys. I
actually care about you.
Yeah, so I just shitpost.
Okay, so a big reason I think I had, like, I'm pretty positive I have, like, some type of, like, body dysmorphia issues. I definitely had an eating disorder in high school at some point. Trigger warning.
Yes.
Because I, like, which, looking back at my life, I'm like, okay, so I had this. but I never thought any of that was fucked up until I, like, actually started, like, looking into shit and, like, growing, and I'm like, oh my god, wait, so that wasn't okay.
Yeah.
But a big reason I think that I had, like, that was from Instagram and seeing everyone post all their fucking shit all the time, like...
Really?
Yes, like,
that's
seeing
insane.
People post shit, like, in their bikinis and shit like that, and I'm like, okay, so I won't eat again, and that'll be that, and that's fine. And, social media, like, not even just, like, looks-wise, but social media in general, like, can have a really bad effect on your mental health.
Yeah, especially nowadays.
Yeah, because, like, I feel like half of our life is social media. The other half is, like, real life, which is sad, but also good. But, like,
like, I'm not gonna go and delete my TikTok.
Right. I will never do that.
No. No, I get what you mean.
Yeah. But Instagram, I think, is kind of falling off. Like,
Instagram is falling off. I used to love Instagram. But now the only time I really go on it is when we post our polls.
Yeah.
For our podcast account. Like, that's it. I don't really, like, I'll post on my private, but I just, like, I don't have the time.
Yeah.
Like,
I post shit, but I like, very rarely scroll through Instagram and look at other people's shit.
The only time I scroll through Instagram is if I thoroughly check through every other social media platform,
like, what the fuck,
and I'm on the explore page looking at memes. Like, that's the only time I scroll through Instagram.
I just, like, Instagram's good if I want to stalk someone.
Yeah, it's good to, like, really... Like, it's an easy platform where you can just search one name and find
everything.
Yeah.
Like,
speaking from experience.
Yeah, I don't know. But, like, if there's someone, like, just expose myself again. Like, when me and any ex break up, I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna follow you on Instagram because you don't deserve that right now.
Right.
But I will stalk your shit. I mean, I've grown, so now, before I would block them.
Now. Your exes are stalking you.
True.
Yeah.
But, like, if I don't want to stalk you, like, I'm not gonna just look at you. Like, I don't give a shit what you're posting unless you're, like, a good friend of mine, or, like, I don't
I think
care.
The only thing, like, speaking from experience, the only aspect of a person I have stalked, like, through Instagram would be their private account, because that's where they would post the talk shitting, or the shit talk shitting. I meant the shit talking. So that's, like, because no one's gonna shit talk on their main account. You have to be real bold to do that. You do it, like, indirectly.
No, but when I went live, like, in high school, I would literally just shit on everyone, like, on my main Instagram.
I wish I knew you during this time.
I know, dude. That was fucking wild. I used to be, like, a literal piece of ass. Like,
yeah. I can attest to that.
Yeah. Like, when people would piss me off, instead of, like, maturely, like, just walking away, I'd be like, alright, Instagram Live this Friday, 7 o'clock, be there, and everyone would go, and I'm like, fuck you, like, first and last name of everyone.
Yeah. You were real bold back then.
Yeah, and then I'd pull up to school on Monday and be like, actually, don't touch me.
That wasn't me. I have a twin sister, actually.
Just in a silly, goofy mood.
So, Instagram.
Instagram,
let's move on. Should we do TikTok or Twitter?
Let's go to Twitter, because TikTok I really want to unpack.
The Twitter fan base is violent.
Dude, I love Twitter.
I love Twitter.
Like, I'll never get off of Twitter.
Oh, no, me either.
Twitter, you could just say the most, like, absurd shit,
and people will be like, you know what? Yeah, same.
I read some tweet today that, like, when you were on the phone, it was like, when he's fucking you raw, and then he tells you, like, what the fuck did this shit say?
Oh my god.
Like, you can do this while you're crying. And I'm like, what is this?
Oh my god.
And I'm like, okay. And then, like, half of my Twitter is just, like, literal porn. like literal porn.
No, I can see.
Yes. This is what it was.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Okay, I was just scrolling through Twitter just for fun to find an example, but I found the tweet Maddie's talking about.
It says, if I'm whimpering while you're fucking me and you tell me, I know, baby, I know, I'm gonna need you to live in my skin from now on. Like, you are way too comfortable out here to be saying that shit. First of all, I've never had anyone say that to me.
She's so pretty, though.
No, yeah, for sure.
But, like,
I mean,
girl.
Like, yeah.
Girl.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Twitter is just, for the mental health, I feel like if someone tries to be serious, like, they're not serious.
Yeah, Twitter,
no one is serious on Twitter. So if you
Unless
even mention something, they're gonna bully you.
Yes.
Just 100%.
Twitter, I feel like, is just, like, it's just fucking memes. Like, you don't go on Twitter and, like...
Twitter is not. Twitter is for news and speaking your mind.
Yeah.
And nudes. News and nudes.
Pretty much. Yeah. Twitter, I would say, would be the...
What's nice, though, about Twitter is when you have, like, 60 followers and, like, no one interacts with your tweets, so you really can just say whatever you want.
Dude,
which
I
is
do that
how...
all the time.
Dude, that's how mine is! I used to use my Twitter account as my daily journal to take my anger out. Like, it was an issue.
Dude, let me just pull up some of my past tweets from the
last...
last...
I'll do the same thing.
And all these tweets...
Also, since we're on Twitter, we came up with this segment that we're gonna do where we find different tweets people have tweeted, and we're going to basically base it off of our lives and tell a story.
Yeah.
Like that.
So, I'm just gonna read two, and then you read two. We'll just go back and forth.
Okay.
So, my most recent one is, I don't like when men speak to me. 3 likes, actually, you being one of them. And Leanna responded and said, so we lie now. So I said, I'm sorry, in quotations. I hate when men speak to me unless it's my ex. So there's that. Right below that is I heart boobies. So, that's a little look into mine.
Alright. My most recent one was fuck my life. I literally hate breathing.
Okay.
That was 5 days ago. I don't remember the context, so clearly it doesn't matter. And then after that, I don't really tweet. Oh, after that, I had sitting in this Chili's thinking about how I have to say, hi, welcome to Chili's until I quit. Which I did indeed quit, so I knew that was gonna happen. Oh my god.
Mine's, okay, so we have, people really be mad they can't disturb my fucking peace anymore. And then, I don't know why I ever believed you. Like, me indirect tweeting my ex, like, literally. Just reach out. Just say
do it.
Just
tell me you love me.
That, actually, I believe that was one of my tweets. It's like, shut the fuck up and tell me you love, like, probably. No likes, nothing. Yeah. Everyone's just reading this from the sideline, like, okay.
That one I tweeted 5 days ago, the fuck my life, I literally hate breathing. Yeah. 3 likes.
Everyone's like, let's not check on her. I just also think so, yeah.
Yeah, so that's, Twitter is not the best place to talk about your issues unless no one will notice them.
If you don't want anyone to give a shit,
go to Twitter. Yeah.
I'm trying to see if I have any more, like... Oh, I'm sorry. Homeboy begging for pussy on the same account he uses to search my name.
Okay.
0 likes, but that tweet was flamed, so, like...
Yeah.
And it makes me feel better when I put it out there.
Yeah, because it's like...
I know people be peeping that shit.
Oh, yeah. They
so I'm like,
peep
it,
but they just don't show that they're peeping.
No. They're like, just sitting there mad as fuck. So Twitter is a great venting place.
Yes. I love venting.
Same.
And there's just so many good things on Twitter.
I know. Just love Twitter.
And that brings us to TikTok.
You begin with this, because I know you have a personal thing with TikTok.
Pisses me off.
Can I have a sip of that?
Okay.
Just a tiny sip.
Sound like my mother.
Thank you.
Yes. So TikTok. This is literally for TikTok. I'm adding TikTok right now.
TikTok, the app.
Please listen. Why can't anyone have fun on that app? I literally posted a video about the cosmic brownie, like, Mandela thing, and I had a box of cosmic brownies, but they were the ones without the line.
It's fucking...
No, they had the line. They had the line, and I was so confused because the whole thing is that there was no line. Like, they were produced without a line. But everyone remembers the line.
Right, okay. I remember the line.
I remember the line, too. So I posted this TikTok. It was so stupid. It'll be on the Instagram. Basically, what I posted was just a video of me taking out a cosmic brownie with a line on it. And I was like, in the caption, I was like, oh my god, like, I thought there was supposed to be no line. I got 200 likes on that TikTok. And I turned the comments off because everybody was bullying me. They were like, you dumb fuck. Like, there's 2 different size cosmic brownies. The jumbo ones get the line and the smaller ones don't. How am I supposed to know that?
But also, why are they so mad?
Right! Right! Like, it's just a TikTok. Like, my bad. So... I tell this to everyone when I tell this story, but my favorite comeback of that whole TikTok period with that TikTok specifically was, sorry I'm not up Little Debbie's ass. Like, how are you gonna get that mad?
Like, why?
And, like, it wasn't just one person. It was, like, 15 people.
Yeah.
Like, 15 plus people. So that doesn't really relate to mental health. But there's different, like, TikTok. No one is allowed to have fun or, like, make jokes.
TikTok is a very, like, there's 2 sides. Like,
oh, yeah.
I love posting TikToks and making, like, I'll post anything on TikTok, which a lot of people, like, which, I mean, I guess I get it, but TikTok is so fucking fun to make TikToks and, like, look back at them, because, like, I remember in middle school, like, I would make little tiny snippet clips, make it into a video, and add music to it. Mm-hmm. And, like, every time I went on vacation. So I was, like, making TikToks in, like, middle school. So I'm like, this is finally somewhere I can actually do that without, like, with, like, one piece of software.
Right. Right.
But, like, I know a lot of people don't like to post their shit on there, but I don't, like, give a fuck, because I'm like, first of all, I know this is gonna reach people that aren't just people I know, which I like, because I'm like, if I post, like, videos of myself, I feel like TikTok is a very welcoming place. Like, if you post videos of yourself, like, no matter what you look like, you don't have to be, like an Instagram model, like, you know.
But that's the thing. I see TikToks, where people obviously don't fit standards, and I'll read the comments, and they're like, oh, I already knew what the comments were before I got here, or some shit like that. Yeah. Like, I see it all the time, too.
Some TikToks are like that, where they'll rip someone to shreds, and then the comments are, like, off. But then there's some where they're, like...
No, I've definitely seen that side, too.
So it really depends. And I had a TikTok, which... Okay, first of all... Let me get into this, because this fucking actually makes me mad, too.
Yeah, you feel my pain.
I do. Yes. So, if you guys aren't aware, I've never made this, like, a public statement, but I'm literally, like, bisexual.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I like girls, I like guys, well, I guess, what is pansexual? Is that when you like anything?
That's when
anyone?
We'll look it up.
Because I'm that.
100%. I'm like 70% positive it's where you don't identify as a gender, and you don't...
I personally don't?
Yeah. Oh. And you don't, not limited in sexual choice with regard to biological sex, gender, or gender identity.
Okay, yeah, so I don't, like... So that includes, like...
So you're attracted to people sexually, romantically, and emotionally, regardless of their sex and gender.
Okay, yes.
And typically, pansexual people may refer to themselves as gender blind, asserting that gender and sex are not determining factors in their romantic or sexual attraction to others.
Okay. So I just feel like I like anybody. Like,
okay,
it
then me
matter.
too.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Are we coming out as
are we discovering ourselves right now?
Pansexual right now?
That's crazy.
I just know I'm not straight. Okay.
Oh yeah,
bottom line.
we're not defaults.
No.
Give it up. We're not defaults.
Straight up.
Woo!
But so I just have to dissect this. I posted a TikTok when I was dating my ex, and this was before when I had like blonde hair.
Yeah.
I was wearing a beanie and a hoodie, and it was like a video in the mirror, and the sound was like, I don't remember what the sound was exactly, but it was something like, my boyfriend's dating me even though I dress like a lesbian.
Yeah. And that was a popular sound that went around.
First of all, I was not saying I was dressed like a lesbian in that video. Second of all, I completely understand and agree that no lesbian looks like there's different types of looks when you're a lesbian. There's a different type of look when you're straight. Like, not all straight girls look the same. Not all straight, or not all lesbians look the same. Like, I get it. I wasn't sitting there trying to say because I was wearing a fucking beanie that I looked like a lesbian. That's not what I said. I never said that, and I didn't think it was that serious. So, okay. So I'm not trying to sit there and be like, I look like a lesbian. This is what a lesbian looks like. That's not what I was saying. All these people, months after I posted this, like, I literally think they found the sound and then went through the videos.
Just to find your video?
Yes. And then they were all like, oh, because you wear a beanie, you're a lesbian? So first of all, you telling me I don't look like a lesbian is basically, you're invalidating. Like, why can't I be a lesbian that looks like
a lesbian?
Or that, like...
it's a joke. I'm just making a joke.
But what, like, why? Okay, you're telling me because I'm wearing just like a hoodie that I can't be a lesbian?
Right.
So then you're yelling at me for, like, yeah. And then someone was like, I bet you're straight. Because you're, yet again, trying to tell me I don't look like a lesbian. You guys are backhanded, like, coming at me.
Right. And,
but
like...
you're the ones who are... It pissed me the fuck off. And I'm like, okay, guys, I was not trying to upset anyone. I'm literally not straight. I'll just take the video down. Right. Like, you fucking weirdos, leave me alone.
Right. We're just gonna have to have, like, a 10 slider on Instagram about everything we're talking about.
Yeah.
Your panini pressed.
I'm gonna pull up this TikTok at some point.
We'll post it on the Instagram. It's in my
fucking private shit now.
We'll have everything. Yeah, we'll have everything on the Instagram.
So I was like, don't you dare fucking paint
see
me
what
as,
I mean
like, a
when I
homophobic
say
person.
That, right, especially when you're on
the spectrum.
Literally.
Like, fuck you.
Like, it makes no sense. But that just sums up TikTok. Like, no one is allowed to have fun.
You can't
unless you're a know-it-all.
Until you get, like, caught by one person, and it starts a whole wave of, like...
Yeah.
And TikTok, like, some trends...
They're not okay.
No. Like, do you remember the one where people were just, like, recording their waist while they walked?
Yes.
Like, what the fuck was that?
That was not okay.
No.
Like, I liked watching the hot men do it.
I feel like that's one thing.
Yeah, aside from that, I don't think anyone else should have.
But, like,
I've seen a firefighter do that, and, like, policemen. So I feel like they're the only people who are allowed to do it.
Yes, that's fine.
Everyone else... No.
No. But okay.
No hate though. It's just it was such a weird trend.
In that way, so TikTok can be very bad for your mental health.
Also, they used it to a sound. I'm pretty sure you can fact check me on this.
I think I know
I'm pretty sure the writer of that song had
an eating disorder. Yeah, I did see that. And I was like, okay.
Good job, guys. Way to go.
But also TikTok, I can say, like, when I get on the side of TikTok of, like, mental health, like, it makes me feel a lot less alone when I see videos of people, like, me disassociating, and I'm like, oh my god, that's what I do. Yeah. And I'm like, wait.
It's definitely educated me a lot.
Yes. There can be an educational side.
Yes.
And have you ever seen those TikTok accounts that are like, this is a mental health checkpoint, and it's like a little cute video. Like, that's so cute.
Those are cute.
Yeah. So I would say
we should make one.
We can absolutely do that.
Account for mental health equals well. Stay tuned for that.
Oh, God.
Yeah, TikTok is just, it's very back and forth.
Yeah, it can go. I mean, any of these can go either way.
Yeah, back and forth. But it's just, I don't know. It's very interesting to, like, watch it all unfold.
Yeah. Sometimes I will say, like, I love having social media and stuff, but, like, when my mental health does get really bad, and people fucking make fun of me for this, but I delete my shit for a few weeks.
No,
a few days.
I don't delete mine, but I just won't touch it.
Yeah.
So
but
I get
everyone's like, you don't have to delete it. And I'm like, you can suck my dick. Like,
why do people...
Like, I remember I left for like a month, and I came back, and I was like, oh, I am back. And everyone's like, you only left for a month. I'm sorry. Let me go take a year off to validate you. Like, you stupid fuck.
The thing is, with time, like, after COVID, well, not after, during COVID, time just, like, really, my interpretation of time got messed up. Like, hardcore.
Yeah.
So a month for someone could feel like 5 months for somebody else.
Right.
I know personally, like, in my mentality, I know this week is gonna go by so fast. But while I'm living in the moment, I'm like, oh my god, it's going so slow.
Yeah.
Like, time either goes slow or fast, or it just does not exist in my brain.
True. If I have some shit, like, I have shit going on every weekend until, like, October.
Same.
So I'm like, okay, this is all gonna fly by.
Right.
Because I'm gonna be like,
okay,
Monday, 5 days until this. But then those 5 days are like...
Right. I wanna... So... I had a call earlier with my financial advisor. I scheduled that call a month and a half ago.
Oh my god.
I forgot about it until his receptionist called me a few days ago. I forgot about it up until today. So, the thing, I remember calling and scheduling
it feels like forever ago.
2 days ago, I called and scheduled that appointment. But it was a month and a half ago. Like, it just blows my mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially going to college during COVID.
Don't know anything about that life. Well, I mean, I did, but, like...
You did.
Online.
But it's different. Like, I give props to anyone who went to college during COVID.
Seriously.
But it's so different when you actually move out 2 hours away.
No, yeah.
And, like, go to college during COVID. Like, I'm not trying to hate on anyone who stayed home and had a difficult time. Like, I agree. But just imagine being, like, isolated by yourself.
Dude, I can't. I wouldn't even want to do that without COVID.
A lot of my isolation problems started to happen.
Probably.
Because I literally had, like, 3 friends on campus.
Yeah. Well, it was hard to
meet people, but I don't know. It was a weird time.
That was a weird time. We were just like...
It's all a fever dream to me.
Seriously, I'm like...
It literally feels like I never left.
Good. Because you're not leaving in.
No, I'm not. I can't.
Thank God.
I can't anymore.
Okay, so yeah. Social media.
So we're gonna mention a few things. If we have any listeners who struggle with being able to handle, like, a balance between your social media and your mental health. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Any input?
I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, let me just sit here.
I would just say, like, if you ever feel like social media is getting too much or is, like, you have to, like, yes, social media is real, but it's also not. That's not real life.
No.
That's not what everyone looks like all the time.
Yeah, you have to find that separation between knowing that you have an actual life outside of your phone.
Right.
And, like, granted, I've had a lot of fun issues. When I was younger, I would probably just be on my phone all day.
Dude,
like,
same.
And all night when I got home from school. So you really have to find that balance between knowing what's real and what's on social media that's not real.
Yeah. Yeah. So...
And don't be that person that's like, you're going through something so badly and you think you want to take a break, but you just won't let yourself. Yeah. Because social media is a very good distraction in some cases.
But you're also, like, you're not going to miss anything.
No, you're not going to miss a single thing.
Because I would be so afraid. I'm like, oh, well, what if someone posts this and I don't see it? Like, it doesn't fucking matter.
The people in your life who really give a fuck about you will be texting you to update you on anything that you want to know.
Yeah. So, yes, that's that.
There's a lot of ways you can get support too. If you're looking on screen right now, we'll have a bunch of hotlines up just in case anyone needs them. I know I've needed them before. Yeah. So don't be ashamed to reach out to somebody and get help. Yeah. There's nothing wrong about it.
And you can always reach out to your friend. Yeah.
And us.
And us.
Our DMs are open. Yeah. We'll be willing to chat.
Absolutely. All the time.
Also, your friends, your family.
But, okay, here's my thing. Is, like, whenever I've had mental health issues in the past, previously, recently, my entire life, like, your friends and family are all going to want to help.
Yeah.
But not all of them are going to know how.
Right. They're all going to take their own different approach to it.
Because, like my friends and family who have the same, who have, like, anxiety or depression know what that's like. Because, like, it's, even before my, like, anxiety was really bad, like, I knew what anxiety was, but, like, I didn't know how bad it could really get.
Oh, yeah.
And so, you can't expect people who haven't lived that or don't
to understand it,
because it's complicated and doesn't make sense until you live that. So, like, and you have to figure out what stuff helps you and communicate that to your people you're surrounded by, because, like,
and communicate it to yourself.
Yes.
Like, over and over. Yes. Because sometimes something will happen to me and I'll forget how to handle my own situations. Yeah. And once I get over it, I'll take a step back and think about how I could have handled it differently.
Yeah.
So just remind yourself of what works best for you.
Yeah. So, with that being said, I guess we can segue into our personal mental health issues that I know all too well about.
Okay, I can start. Okay. So, recently, I think I've been kind of looking more into the difference between disassociating and depersonalization. Mm-hmm. And I
didn't know what that was until this year.
Neither did I. Okay, that's why I'm looking into it more. Now, granted, I'm not diagnosing myself with anything because I am not a professional, which you should seek out if you need to. Yes. But there's this YouTube channel that keeps popping up for me, and it's like some psychology YouTube channel. Mm-hmm. And so they were talking about depersonalization, and the more I thought about it, the more I was like, this makes sense to me more than just disassociate. But I also do go through stages where I disassociate. I think it's just the depersonalization is more than the disassociation.
What is I know what disassociating is because we'll get into that. But I don't really know what depersonalization, like what the difference is.
Right. So I'm gonna get the actual term for it. I know like a little summary of it, but I don't want to be wrong. It's mostly where it's kind of like disassociating, but it's really when you like take a step back and you find it hard to identify things about yourself.
Okay.
So, it's the action of divesting someone or something of human characteristics or individuality, a state in which one's thoughts and feelings seem unreal or not to belong to oneself, or in which one loses all sense of identity.
Okay. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah. So,
So, I have that.
Yeah, well, no. It's just, like, recently, with my whole time being distorted, like, time does, it's not real to me.
Yeah.
Just actually sitting down and thinking about anything, it, like, stresses me out.
No, I get, like, being alone with your thoughts.
Yeah, it doesn't stress me out. It just, like, it really... Like, when I was younger, like, really young, I used to do this thing. I'd, like, zone out of, like, myself, and I'd basically just focus all my attention on my eyes, and I'd be like, who am I? Like, what am I doing on this planet right now?
Oh my god, you turned me the fuck out.
I was, like, 11, too.
I do that now.
A lot of kids do suffer from depersonalization.
I know, people not... I mean, maybe they do, but I never heard about anything like that until this year, and I was like, okay, so this is a thing.
Yeah.
Like, when I was younger, I would daydream a lot, like, zone out.
Yeah. Disassociation.
Right, and everyone's like, oh, you daydream, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm such a daydreamer, and looking back now, I'm like,
it's just more...
I'm disassociating?
Yeah.
Okay. If you don't know what disassociating is, it's like, God, how do I explain this?
When typically something traumatic happens. That's
right.
But that's not always the case, obviously.
It can be triggered by that, or if you, like, smoke, or, like, do a drug.
Yeah.
And you, like, that can trigger it.
Yeah, it's mostly when your brain can't handle what's happening, so it puts itself in this mode where it... I wouldn't say shuts down, but mentally you're shutting down.
You're mentally like not.
You're there, but you're not
in the situation.
Yeah,
it's like they say, like, okay, if you're if you're like in a burning building, and like you see there's a fire, you're not gonna react to it how your mind would like normally, just like, oh my god, there's a fire, because you would freak the fuck out and wouldn't know what to do. So your body naturally releases this stuff where you like it like releases adrenaline so you can react and get out of situations like that. And usually in a situation like that, you would get out of the fire, get out of the building, and then you would go back to normal because your body feels like, okay, I'm not in fear anymore, I'm not in danger. But disassociating is where your body doesn't know that, it constantly thinks you're in that danger. So you're constantly in that headspace of like, is this real? What? Because you don't feel real. Like, you look around, you're
disconnected from everything around you. And this actually happened to me the other day. I was with Ethan, and he was driving down the highway, and as a joke, he like swerved like the steering wheel, like what I usually do. And we were literally going like 70. And he did that, and, like, I had no body reaction or mental reaction to it. I was just sitting there, like, blank face. I was like, Ethan, you shouldn't do that. But I had, like, no reaction to it. It was the weirdest thing. And just being conscious of it now, it's like, I wish I would have blocked that out.
Oh, God.
Yeah, but it's definitely... It's good to look into these types of things because
it makes it really less scary.
Yes, it does.
Yeah,
it does, and it gives you more of an insight of what you can do to find those coping mechanisms.
Yeah.
So definitely do your own research, but also seek a medical professional.
Because I definitely think that I have a few things that I haven't. I've been diagnosed with anxiety and depression.
Me too.
I've not been diagnosed with
anything else.
Right. But I think...
Because a lot of this are symptoms of depression and anxiety. Right. So it would make sense.
Anxiety can trigger disassociation and depersonalization. Depression can trigger anxiety. Anxiety can, like, it...
It's a whole, like, family tree.
Yeah, it really is.
It really is.
And, like, a misconception of, like, mental health issues is, like, you don't have to always be born with it.
No.
It doesn't...
It is genetic, but just because someone in your family may suffer from it doesn't mean you are also suffering from it.
You're not going... It might be something that you have and deal with, like, severely your entire life, or it could be something that comes and goes. It can be something that's triggered by
one
things.
Of our mutual friends, it's a chemical imbalance in their head. I'll tell you later.
Well, I know.
But it's a chemical imbalance, so it's not like...
It's not like...
There's been traumatic events, but it's not the main reason.
And
it's a main reason, but it's more so the chemical balance, from my understanding.
Right. And that's important to note. That's why you should also go get diagnosed, because you treat it differently if it's in a chemical imbalance. Like that,
you have to have medication for.
Versus if I just have anxiety, that's not a chemical imbalance.
Like, obviously you can get medicated for it.
But you could also... That might not work for you as well as, like, therapy
other mechanisms
or... stuff like that.
About it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I'm, like, really trying to think about how I want to go into, the breakdown of the century that I've had.
I feel like we both... I know personally my external breakdown that we'll get to.
I definitely internalized it, and I think
I was half and half with it.
I just, like... Well, okay. Whoa. My freshman year... I've always had mental health issues. I've always had anxiety and shit like that.
So have I. Right. So we're not speaking... Like, recent. Like this has been years and years ongoing.
Yes. Like, when I look back at my childhood, I can identify times I'm like, oh, wait. Actually, you had a panic attack when you were little.
Yeah.
You actually
disassociated. Like, I literally could probably tell you 3 things about my childhood, and that's it.
Yeah. Which is that's like,
it's a pretty big sign.
Right. Because if you can react to trauma and shit like that a lot of different ways. Mm-hmm. One being
blocking it all out,
where your body and your mind, like, you just
I literally can't remember anything.
Yeah, there's a lot that I don't remember, but there's a lot I unfortunately do remember.
Oh yeah, I remember the awful times.
Right. Yeah. But but my shit was never so bad when I was a kid, thank God. Until high school, like going into a high school where I didn't know anyone, had no idea who I was because I went to a private school, like a middle school. Mm-hmm. I grew up with the same 30 kids my entire life.
Yeah.
And then it was like, okay, well, now you're going to go to high school, go to a public school, wear whatever you want, be whoever you want to be, and make all these new friends. I'm like, I will shit myself.
Yeah, I can't even imagine that.
That was, like, the fucking worst. My freshman year, I didn't talk to anyone the entire year.
Yeah.
The literal entire year. I had extreme anxiety. I had to leave school multiple times because I was having panic attacks. And I wore the, like, same hoodie every single day. Everyone thought I was a bitch. As well as the
cardigan.
Yes. No, the cardigans weren't even there yet.
It was sophomore year?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Okay.
I wore the same hoodie every day. And then I would come home from school. I would sleep from the time I got home until, like, 8 o'clock. I would wake up at 8, and then I'd go back to sleep. I'd wake up the next day. I would make my coffee and put vodka in my coffee every single fucking morning.
Oh my God.
Like, I was not cool. Like, I was not okay.
No.
And that was when I, like, it was so bad. And, that was when I actually went to the doctor for the first time and got put on Lexapro, which medication, like, when you're younger versus, like, when you're older, your body's gonna react differently.
Yeah.
So, like, that was the first time I took Lexapro, and that actually, like, helped me a lot. Yeah. Not right away, but, like, a few...
Yeah, eventually.
Yeah. And then it was, like, one day I was like, oh, wait. Okay. You're fine.
Right.
And then I started wearing cardigans.
And then you weren't fine.
It wasn't okay.
No, I've been medicated. I've been on antidepressants I can't remember what it was called. It was like 3 years ago. After that incident with you know who. Anyway, I was on antidepressants and it was not fun.
No.
Like, it didn't. There's obviously a difference between the two, but I know personally, I literally felt dead. Like, I was just a walking corpse.
They affect, like, everyone is different, and any of them can affect you. Like, I know a lot of people say that antidepressants make them feel numb.
That's how I felt. Yeah. Like, I literally felt like a zombie going about my day. Yeah. Everything was a blur.
Yeah.
Like, I don't remember that time period after, like, the few months after it happened. Yeah. I don't remember a single thing.
That's so scary, because, like, you aren't going to find the right medication if you have to be on medication until you try
different
over and over. And it's going to take, like, it's not like you go back.
It's not just like a month process.
Right. Be happy. Oh, this doesn't work. Try this. 2 days later. Oh, you're good. Like,
no,
not at all.
Yeah. I just eventually figured it wasn't, like, meant for me.
Yeah.
So I was like, literally, my zombie brain thought one thought, and it was, I cannot be on these right now.
No. Because it can make it worse.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm pretty, But I eventually was just like, I can't do that. So I got off of it and just found my own way to my own serotonin.
That's hard to do. Like, I was on my medication for a few years, and then my doctor was like, okay, well, we don't want you taking this forever. And I'm like,
that's literally
what?
What?
Yeah. He was like, well, let's get you off of these. And I was like, okay, I mean, yeah, I feel great. Like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, just kill my vibe, I guess.
And I got off of them, and I was off of them for a few years, like 2 or 3 years, and I felt fine. Mm-hmm. I mean, I still, like, I always had anxiety, like, a little bit, like social anxiety, shit like that, but it was nothing, like, super bad.
Right.
Until the pandemic.
Dude, I'm telling you, something in somewhere, whether it was COVID or the vaccine, just distorted my whole life.
I know, same.
And I always feel like people always talk about it. They're like, oh yeah, like, staying home really sucked. Like, I don't know how to talk to people anymore. Mm-hmm. But, like, I literally have no interpretation of time or, like, what I'm doing with my life.
No,
I have no idea.
Yeah. I think it's also because we both we're transitioning out of high school also during that. Yeah. And it's like, now it's not like, oh, well, we go back to school and then we do this and then we work. It's like, what do I fucking do now?
Everyone at the bakery is like, oh my god, we start school next week. So and I'm like, what?
That's what I say.
You're going to school?
It's August. And everyone's like, yeah, that's back to school. I'm like,
I don't even think about school during August. I'm just like, it's August.
Well, why would we?
Right.
It's so weird.
Right.
And, like, even the, like, days in the week, like, I'm like, okay.
The only reason why I have an idea of what day and month it is because of work.
Yeah. If I didn't work,
like, once I go to this new job, I'm telling you, I'm not gonna know what day it is.
Like, it's just a day.
It's, like, literally July. No, it's October, Lizzie.
Because, like, when you're an adult and can, like, make your own schedule and kind of do whatever, like, because I'm like before, I'm like, oh, it's a school night, I can't do this. It's like, okay, I work tomorrow, so fucking what? I could stay out right now until 3 a.m. and go to work tomorrow. Right. Like, it doesn't matter.
Right.
And, like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The beginning of the pandemic, the first few weeks when I was still at my house, I was like, trigger warning, will actually kill myself if I stay here. I'm like, I absolutely can't do this for a few months.
Right.
I can't. So then I went to live with Leanna, and I felt no anxiety, no depression, no stress while I lived there. I was like, wow, I'm cured. I was like, that's awesome. And I remember going back home, and I told my mom that. I was like, yeah, Mom, like, I think I'm doing great. And she's like, yeah, well, just wait until you get back home and it all feels like that again. And I'm like, okay, first of all, why would you say that to me?
Right.
Second of all, you were right.
Yeah.
You were right. Because after, like, starting, like, when we started going back to, like, work and, because I wasn't working.
I worked through the pandemic.
Where were you working?
Panera.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I worked from March to August.
I didn't. I could have, but I just said, nah.
Yeah, I don't know why. Well, whatever.
Yeah.
Literally worked 8 hours a day for minimum wage. And the thing is, I couldn't even ask for a raise because it was during the pandemic, so no one was there to give me a raise.
Yeah.
So it really was the worst. But then I quit.
And now you're...
A few days ago, last year.
Oh!
Yeah, 5 days ago.
See, that's
August
so
4th.
weird that was a year ago. That
Dude, I know. It doesn't feel like literally like 2 or 3 months ago. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that freaks me out.
Yeah, you're telling me. Like, it's 2021.
Okay, you're gonna, like, send me into, like, a spiral. Like, I can't.
Hey, find the balance. Balance.
Yeah, so, well, I had to transition back into going to work and, like, all that shit. And, like, I was supposed to start going to school, and I literally was like, I
No,
can't.
you were so smart to not go to school.
I
wish I didn't go to school last year. I'm sure you wish I did.
I also wish you, I really fucking wish you didn't. And that's, like, when shit started, like, hitting the fucking...
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I wasn't really anxious, but I was, like, so depressed. Like,
yeah, I don't know if you're the same way, but if I'm not doing something, like, either if it's work or school, then I feel so useless. I have to keep doing something. Because I'm like,
why am I existing?
Right.
Yes.
And that's what sucks. Because we shouldn't be growing up in that mindset where you either have to go to school or work.
To be...
I'm telling you, we should just be naked eating fruit on the beach.
I would love that.
So would I. So would I.
I was, like, in this weird headspace last year of, like, that where I'm like, okay, I have to get my shit back together.
I remember
it's time to get back. But I was also like, I need to just, like, I don't want to do this.
I remember that because, do you remember, I forgot what was happening. It was either, like, heavy floods or fire. The whole U.S. was on fire.
I think it was that.
Last year. And you were like, I don't even care. Like, if I die, I die.
Yeah, literally.
No, I was there too.
Yeah, I was like, every day I was crying. And I thought it was, like, normal. Every single day. And it had stuff, okay, a lot of it had to do with the pandemic and being like, what the fuck, who am I? Right. But it also had to do with, because I shifted my entire, like, personality, became a completely different person. Yeah. But also my shit with my ex and, like, that whole relationship, it, like, was draining me so bad. Yeah. And I would cry every day. Every time I would go do something, I would not have fun because I'd be sitting there, I'd be like, oh my god, he's gonna be mad at me, even though I'm not fucking doing anything wrong. Right. So I wouldn't even want to leave the house, and then when I would, I'd be like, well, this isn't even fucking fun because I want to literally die. Yeah. What is this? Yeah. And then my grandpa died, which was, like, the first person that I was, like, close to that ever died, and then I started really thinking about death. And I was like, wow. Yeah. Wow, here comes anxiety. Right. Yeah, a lot has happened. Yeah. I feel like all the
it literally, I don't want to say, well, obviously the world didn't end, but in a way, the world ended.
Well, my perception of the world ended.
Yeah, same.
Because before this, it was all like, okay, well, we're all just gonna, like, graduate high school and go to college.
I understand what people say when they wish they could go back to high school. Yeah, like, same. You literally so much did not have to worry about a single thing. So if you're in high school, seriously, slow down time for yourself.
Yeah, honestly. Like, there's pros to not being there, obviously.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But there's also cons. Like,
oh, yeah.
Hella cons.
Yeah. Just hold yourself back. And
yeah. Yeah, just take it slow.
Yeah.
And you'll understand it when you're a year out. We've been out of high school for a year.
I know, that trips me out too, because I'm like, I was just in school like last year. Yeah. Like yesterday. Yeah. Yeah. Well, after all that fucking, like, shit, came my literal huge breakdown, like, of this fucking century.
Yeah.
I'm
waiting for mine to happen.
It's coming.
I've had minor ones, but...
Dude, this was, like, I really... Like, that changed my life.
Oh, I know.
Like, I
was there for it.
Yeah. I remember it was, like, right before, 2021. And I remember I was in the car with my ex, and I was, like, looking at him, and we, like, were fighting about something. And I was like, this year, I can't take your shit. I can't take anyone's shit. You guys are going to make me die. I was like, I actually can't. I'm so anxious, and, like, I can't do it. Mm-hmm. And then, like, a few days into 2021, and I was at work, and I was, like, sitting there, and it was, like, 7 a.m., and I was just doing my shit that I always do, and nothing happened. I was sitting there, and I just started, like, having chest pains, and I was like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm going to die. Like, in my head, I was like, I'm having a heart attack. I'm going to
die.
Yeah,
I remember that.
Yeah.
You were texting me.
Yes.
You were like, what the fuck am I supposed to do?
I called my mom. I was like, I'm coming home from work. You guys at the daycare have to figure this out. I have to go home. And I went home, and it wasn't stopping. And my ex at the time, we were still dating. He was asleep. You were the only one who answered, but I think I woke you up. And
yeah, but I'm pretty sure I had to go to work that day.
Yeah.
So I would have, like, taken you to the hospital, but I literally had to go to work.
You were doing something.
And I couldn't just call off.
Yeah.
Was I at the... No, I wasn't working at the bakery. Was I?
I don't know. No, wait.
No. When did this
You
happen?
were in school.
Oh. Oh, yeah, I was at Bowling Green.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so I couldn't even, like...
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, you would have died if you were counting on me to take you there.
And Leanna was at the daycare.
Yeah.
Because we worked together. So I was just sitting there. My mom's, like, on the phone, like, doing her job. And I'm, like, sitting there, like, wheezing. Because I'm like, I'm about to die, and no one's going to be here. I'm like, everyone's going to be gone, and I'm going to die. And that's it.
It was not a good time.
No. I drove. My mom took me to urgent care. I walk in, and I've never had any type of, like, huge medical thing.
Yeah.
And they're like, you have to go to the hospital. If you're having a heart attack, like, you have to go.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. So then I went to the hospital, and this was during COVID, and they're like, okay, well, you have to go in by yourself. Because my mom couldn't come in. I'm like, are you fucking me? Like, I'm gonna die alone. Literally alone.
Yeah.
And so then I get in, they start poking me with shit, and they're like, okay, what's going on? They did, like, an EKG, all of this, like, chest x-rays and all this shit. And then they're like, can we give you something to calm down? I'm like, sure. And they gave me liquid Ativan, which is, like, kind of like a Xanax type thing.
Yeah.
And I got
I remember.
Fuck, and it was awesome. And I was sitting there, I was like, oh, wait. Oh, I'm not having a heart attack. I don't know what's going on, but I'm not having a heart attack.
I'm actually completely fine. Yeah. I just came here for the drugs.
And they were like, yeah, you just have anxiety. And I'm like, no, guys, like, my heart. And they're like, yeah, your anxiety can, like, manifest into a physical thing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, now you guys are fucked up because no, I'm having a heart attack. And they're like, oh, your shit's fine. Like, you're so healthy. I'm like, okay, so I had to go to the doctors, which then you took me because I think you were coming back anyway for, like, the weekend or something.
I'm pretty sure that I was out of school. Because didn't that happen, like, in April or May? Do you remember?
No, this happened in January.
January.
Yes. This was, like, January 5th.
Okay. I was back for winter break.
Okay.
Yeah. But I remember, it was like when you called me that first day, when you wanted to go to the hospital, when you had to,
yeah,
I was at Bowling Green. But I think, like, the next day or two after that, I came back for winter break or something.
Yeah. Yeah. But oh my god, so I'm literally, like, still continuing to have panic attacks after this, like, every night, couldn't sleep. And okay, the next day after this, I was like, okay, I have to go to the doctors, and I called my ex, and I was like, will you please, like, take me, like, I took you.
Keep in mind, yeah, you literally have gone to the hospital and the doctors with this kid more than once.
Yes.
You spent your birthday in the hospital parking lot,
man,
which we talked about, and he said no.
He's like, well, shouldn't your family do that? And I'm like,
you're literally supposed to be like...
But I'm asking you to take me.
Right.
And I'm so scared I'm going to die. Like, I don't know what's going on, but I'm scared. And he was like, nah. And I was like, oh, okay. So then
I took you, because I'm boyfriend of the year.
And they were like, yeah, you just have anxiety, like, here, take Lexapro.
Go to
again.
therapy.
Yeah. So I got on Lexapro again. And then right after that, I was having severe panic attacks every single night. And I remember a few days later, I was like, because I literally was out of work for like 2 weeks. I was like, I can't.
Gone for a while.
Yeah, I can't go to work because I can't sleep. I can't eat. I can't function. I feel like I'm dying.
Yeah.
And I remember I hung out with my ex, and I was like literally laying there in a ball, and I was like, dude, I can't breathe. Like, I don't know what's going on. And he's like, I don't know why, like, you seem fine. And I'm like,
God.
Okay. And then he's like, a few days later, he's like, you know, you're getting, like, a little bit too much for me. Like,
I remember that.
And he broke up with me.
That was a dick move.
Oh, absolutely.
That was
absolutely
awful.
I mean, I knew it was going to end eventually, but it was like, you had to do this right now.
That is literally, like, the definition of the easy way out.
Right when I needed you. Like, I just needed you, and you left.
I don't know how you're still talking to him after that. Like, I would lose all respect and trust in somebody if that happened.
Well, it all comes back to my own mental illness is why I'm talking to him. So I'm dealing with the like, biggest breakup of my life. I mean, I guess Tommy was, I'm just gonna say the name, it doesn't matter. I guess Tommy was, like, bad too, but I was with Leanna, and, like, I got over it pretty fast, but, like, this, like, destroyed my life, and I was like, okay, so...
I feel like that one, the one that Rick pulled would hurt me more than what Tommy did. Yeah. Because Tommy was also, like, a pathological liar. So it, like, kind of numbed you to it.
And also, I was, like, living at Leanna's.
Yeah, like, there was someone there
I was mentally good, so I was like, okay, whatever, you know, it's fine. And then I met
Complete opposite.
Rick after that. And I was like, okay, yeah, it's cool. Like, I moved on, like, it's whatever. But I was sitting there, I was like, okay, I have 2 friends, a job I hate, I'm dying. My whole personality trait was this guy who I'm not speaking to anymore.
Right.
And so I have everyone being like, oh, he's on Tinder. Oh, he's on blah, blah. I'm like, oh, I'm here, like, trying not to die.
Yeah.
And then eventually I made it back to work. And then I remember telling people, I was like, no, like, ever since that day, like, this weird shit keeps happening where I look around and I just don't feel real. Like, everything feels not right. Yeah. It feels like I, like, left my body when that happened and, like, never came back. And everyone's like, I don't know what you're talking about.
No, literally no one has, like,
felt that. Yeah.
And, like, I feel it's such a weird thing, because what I think
crazy
about
when you try to tell people that. And I'm like, no,
what
but
I
really.
think about when I, like, genuinely think about how I'm, like, somewhere completely different now is when I don't exactly remember when or what it is exactly, but I remember seeing this thing where we were shifting from a different era of our planet to something else. It was like a different vibration. Yes. Yeah. So I feel like some of us were there for that. Yeah. And other people are just not there.
Yeah. That's, like, I started seeing TikToks about, like, deep realization stuff. Yeah. And so then I was like, okay, so other people are feeling this. Thank God I'm not alone.
Yeah, literally.
Because that was freaking me out. And then I was, like, reading comments and shit, and people are like, I've been disassociating for 5 years straight, for 3 years straight. It never ends. And I'm like, I'm gonna live like this forever. And I literally can't because it makes me want to die. God. And it scares me every day.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, so I actually can't do that because I can't do this. And, like,
that's so interesting. It scares you?
It scared me so, because every day I'd wake up and I'm like, whose body?
No, I get that.
Where am I? Like, why am I here? So then every day, like every single day, I would wake up, and this went on from January until July, like mid-July. Every day I would wake up and I would be like, okay, you're anxious. Like, you're gonna be anxious all day. Like, I would, like, if I would be in the car, like, loud noises would, like, freak me out, and, like, everything felt like my senses were heightened and shit.
Yeah.
And I was anxious about everything. Like, I felt like I couldn't date anyone again because I'm like, no one's gonna know what to do.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't even know what to do. I'm supposed to connect with you? Like, I can't even look people in the eyes because I'm freaked out that I'm alive. Like, it was so weird. And, like, I was so anxious all the time, but I didn't, like, show it all the time because I was like, I also don't want you guys to know.
Right.
Because then I don't want to freak everyone else out. So then people would be like, well, you seem fine to me. And I'm like...
That's also, like, part of it. Like, you're not just gonna be, like, having a constant anxiety attack in front of somebody.
Exactly.
Like, there's one point where you just have to pull yourself together.
And be like, okay.
And be like, yeah, this is what's happening.
Yeah.
So, obviously, someone who is suffering from illnesses aren't always going to be in that illness state.
Or express it externally all the time.
Exactly.
Because at first, like, I was doing that every day. I'm like, guys, like, I can't breathe. Like, I can't do this. I don't know if I can drink. I don't know if I can go out. And then I was like, okay, well, like, you gotta figure this out.
Right.
Because you can't just live your life like this. And I had to quit my job because I was like, I can't work here anymore. Because I can't. And then... this went on for, like, a really long time, which I remember that entire time I was like, okay, well, I'm anxious, but I would so much rather be depressed. I would so much rather feel depressed than this. And then it, like, shifted to that, and I was like, wait, this maybe is worse. I don't know.
Yeah. It's...
because you don't, like, when I was younger, I was like, oh, anxiety is this, and depression is sadness, and whatever, but, like, I never felt how, like, actually dark that would get.
Oh, yeah.
And then this was the first year that I ever was, like, actually, like, I might, if life is going to continue to be like this, like, I might just have to, like...
not participate.
Yes. Literally, yeah. But I was like, but I can't tell anyone that because I'm literally going to get put into a psych ward.
Yeah.
Like...
I just... like, obviously I'll tell people I'm close to what's happening. But 9 times out of 10, I just... keep it on the inside. Yeah. Just deal with it myself.
I tried, because, like, at first I was like, dude, I will try anything to fix this.
Right.
And, like, I was on Lexapro again. I went to therapy and did all that shit. And then one day I was like, none of this is helping me.
That's how I was with
done.
My therapy.
Yeah.
I was in and out of therapy for 7 years.
Therapy can be very helpful.
Oh, yeah.
If you have the right therapist.
The thing is, also, you have to have the right therapist, and you have to be, like, 100% open to what is happening.
Yeah.
Which is, that personally was hard for me to do.
Yeah.
So I couldn't, like, it's just, it's easy to tell someone, like, it's easy to talk to a stranger and tell them, like, oh, I'm depressed because this and this and this has happened. But when you're face to face with someone who is much older than you and taking notes, I can't do that.
Yeah. No, my therapist, like, she was whatever, but it just wasn't.
I think, like, I literally have, like, a collection of therapists. I think I've seen, like, 4 or 5 different ones.
I would love to try someone else, because I think therapy, even if you're not, like, mentally about to die,
it's so
good.
Helpful, right.
But, like, at that time, she wasn't doing anything for me, and the Lexapro was making things worse. It was making me disassociate more.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember one day I was like, I ghosted my therapist. I went to the doctors, were like, hey, I'm not taking Lexapro. I'm not taking my birth control. I don't want to be on any medication.
Right.
I'm going to raw dog this mental health right here.
That's how I've been.
Yeah.
For years now.
And it honestly, like, took a really long time because I had to do a lot of, like, what helped me was, like, when I would sit there and get anxious I would be like, okay, why are you anxious? Okay, you're anxious because you have to, like, go to the post office.
Right.
Why? Because
yeah,
you
that
think
helps
someone's
me
gonna...
too.
Yeah. Like, okay, is this logically... Does it make... Why do you give a shit?
Right.
What anyone at the post office thinks of you?
Right.
And I'm like, oh, wait, I don't fucking care.
Yeah, that is helpful.
Yeah, it's like, you either have to let go of giving a shit, or you're going to die.
Right.
Or like, you can continue to care, but you're not going to live your life.
Right.
And so then eventually after I can, like, you just have to catch yourself. Like,
oh, yeah, for sure.
I still have those thoughts where I'm, like, driving or something. I'm like, wow, like, why am I alive right now? Like, what is this? And then I'm like, wait, stop. I'm like, no, you're fine. Everything is fine. And I'm like, you don't, in realizing, shout out to my tattoo.
Oh my god. This too shall pass.
Stop. I love this tattoo. My first tattoo says, I'm like showing the mic. I'm like,
look, microphone, look, bestie.
This too shall pass. Because that's hard to remember. Like, during those few months, I was like, this will never change, and I will die. I have to die. Because I can't do this.
Right.
And then, like, looking back and being like...
No, trust me, if I could get something like that, I would have. But God forbid I ever express myself in any way, shape, or form.
Like, trauma experience.
Yes.
This is, like, really fucked up and dark of me, but I'm just gonna, like, throw that out
God.
there. I, like, got it there because I was like, if I ever try to kill myself, I'm gonna see that and be like... Yeah.
Don't.
Like, come on.
Right.
And I know if I didn't have, like... Because I, like, have a pretty good relationship with my family. I have siblings. If I didn't have siblings, I literally don't... Like, I don't know where I would be. And I have, like, you and Leanna. Because I know there's lots of people who feel like this, but don't have, like, friends and shit. Like, I can't even imagine making it through that without...
Oh my god. Yeah.
Yeah. And it took me until, like, pretty recently, I finally am like, okay, wait, I feel like myself again. I can drink coffee without having a heart attack.
Right.
I can smoke without panicking. I can enjoy my life, and it's fine.
Yeah.
And you're never gonna completely...
be cured.
Right. You just have to figure out how to work with it
and balance
use it to your advantage.
Right.
Because, I mean, it's a good thing to have anxiety sometimes.
Yeah, I'd say it definitely shapes you as a person.
It makes me any mental health, I feel like, makes you super empathetic.
Yeah.
Because after that, I'm like, oh my god.
Like, I can't even imagine someone going through what I've gone through, or worse.
I know, I'm like, I can't.
Like, it's insane.
Yeah.
It definitely shapes you and makes you empathetic.
I definitely don't regret any, like, I'm glad I went through all that, and I think it's important, but, like...
Never again.
One hell of a fucking ride, man.
And it's not even over yet.
No, absolutely not. I am not cured by any means.
It's an ongoing journey.
Seeing the light at the end of the tunnel and being like, okay.
Yeah.
I can breathe.
Yeah.
Because I know if this happens again, I can make it through, because I did this time. I did in 2016.
Right.
And you're not the only one who goes through shit, and, like...
Yeah.
Fucking mental health, man. Fucking mental health.
Well, right about now on screen, we'll throw up some hotlines.
Some more hotlines.
Some support and flashing lights. Well, we've been going on for quite a long time.
What are we at?
An hour and a half.
Oh my god. Okay. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
Talking it up.
It's fine.
I feel like we should do a part 2 at some point.
We'll definitely do a part 2.
Yeah.
Leave a suggestion if we should do a part 2.
Yeah. Because I feel like there's...
Just any feedback, once again.
Any fucking feedback.
Any feedback. It's fine, though. It's okay. We didn't do this to be famous. We did this to... listen back on her.
This is almost therapy.
This is therapy.
Yeah. Because I'm gonna, like...
It's therapy in a public format.
Yes, everyone can watch our therapy.
Yes. Yeah. They can join in.
Yeah.
No one's stopping them.
No.
Except themselves. And the 63% that are listening but not subscribed.
That's fucking fine. If you aren't subscribed, you don't support mental health.
No. Stop. We're not gonna go there.
Just kidding.
Maybe. Well, we're probably gonna wrap this up. We have a few things we want to mention. We mentioned earlier one of our goals was our 25 subscribers. Mm-hmm. So let's get that going, guys. Pick up the pace. We want to meet our goals. A second thing is we were wondering, as if I'm talking to anybody right now,
if anyone's gonna respond.
We were wondering how you would feel about like 10-minute vlogs.
Oh yeah, I was like, where are you going with this? I don't know.
We thought it would be fun to take a little, like a vlog of like when we go and see concerts, and not like an everyday thing, but like an every like once in a while,
or when we go to West Virginia and take our day trip.
I told you, I'm available any weekend. Just pick a weekend.
Okay, so when we go to West Virginia for the day, I'm gonna map out a road trip, and we're gonna fucking go to West Virginia.
I'm down! Okay. I'm not saying I'm not down.
So, like, we'll obviously still do the podcast that week.
Yeah, the podcast is our main focus until we're able to transition it on a different platform.
Yeah.
We'll still obviously upload them to YouTube, but we just feel like it would be beneficial to branch out
and do other
shit. Do new things.
Like when I did
your vlogs.
I mean, but you were in them, so it was like our vlog.
Yeah.
And, like editing those were so fun.
And we have so much fun with this podcast now. Yeah. We literally bang it all out in one night.
I know. We're like
every Monday we're like, okay, let's go.
It's a few hour long process, guys.
Oh yeah.
It's not just sit down and
okay. Let's go through just a brief little process. So
okay.
We sit down, we lay out our episode, what we talk about, how we start it, what we talk about in the beginning, during, the end. We plan all of that out. We go in our agenda, which is posted on our Instagram page. We go in our agenda, we come up with a schedule for the week for what we should post on which social media. All of that. We come up with episodes the week before. So later, as we're going through the process of uploading this episode, we'll be thinking of next episode. We do that throughout the week. And we started 5:30. It's 7:19.
Oh my god.
We probably won't be done till like 9.
Yeah. We gotta get this show on the road.
We do. But that's a little bit of our process. It, like, genuinely takes hours.
A long time, yeah.
Hours. It's a good portion out of our day.
Yes, it is.
I'm still in my work clothes, and I got off of work 5.5 hours ago.
I've just been here.
Yeah. But that's a little bit, of us and what we do. Instead of Tuesdays, we decided Mondays would be good, but that will probably change in the near future.
Yeah.
So keep an eye out for that.
And keep an eye out for our polls.
Yes, our polls. You guys are killing it on the Twitter polls.
Yeah, seriously.
Just the Twitter polls. Instagram baddies, get with it. Pick up the pace a little bit. Other than that.
Yeah. So we're going to go brainstorm some options for next week. And
yes, we hope you enjoyed. I'm sorry if
this got a little dark.
Dark and deep, but just had to be done.
Had to be out there.
All right.
Bye, guys. Bye.